Good morning and welcome to Up to the Minute. It is Wednesday, April the 2nd. Good to have you with us. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live at the HCCTV studios this morning with your HCC news and information for the next half hour. I got a couple of special guests coming up to talk to you very shortly. But first, my co-host on Wednesdays, Dr. Lana Pagao from the Northwest College. Good to see you, Lana, on this Wednesday.
Good morning, Todd. How are you doing?
It's good. Good. Good to be back off for a few days, but good to be back in the studio. And it's, I guess we got a lot of exciting things happening around the city while I was gone. Opening day started. Houston Astros are back playing. You know, jury's still out on how good they are right now. But Lana, most important thing, because I know we've got a lot of U of H grads that work here and ones that are going to be moving on to U of H. The Cougs moving on to the Final Four in San Antonio this weekend.
How exciting is that?
Oh, it's incredible. I got a chance to watch the game out in California on TV, and incredible thing to see. So we're going to be rooting for them as we move forward into that. If they do advance to the championship game, that happens on Monday. So that would be a very special thing. But we got to get past Saturday first.
Yeah, I think we should all have the day off to watch the game.
Yeah, I see our guests are nodding on that too. Yeah, so that's definitely something we'd be into. Anyway, before we get to this weekend's big games, we want to thank everyone for watching us on Facebook and YouTube. We're here Mondays through Fridays, most of the time when HCC is in session live at 10 a.m. But Lana, they can also catch us on social media anytime and also on our cable channel.
Yeah, we're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and we're on YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So, Lana, you're going to be talking to this next guest. It is Parkinson's Awareness Month. So, for Good Works Wednesday, our guest is getting ready for the Parkinson's Prom. We'll learn more about that. Kathleen Crist is the executive director of the Houston Area Parkinson Society, and she's our guest this morning. Good to see you, Kathleen.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to hearing about the event coming up and about the importance of this month. So stick around. Lana will be with you in about 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to kick things off talking about a competition happening again at our Culinary Arts Building. Dr. Nazanin Hebel is the HCC Northwest biology professor, and she's the creator of Back to the Foodture. That's right, not future, Back to the Foodture. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Naz. Good to see you.
Good morning. And as a U of H alumni, go Cougs.
I know you got to get that Go Cougs in. Exciting weekend. But you've got an exciting event coming up, and I think is your second annual one. It's a play on words, Back to the Foodture, and it involves a number of disciplines getting together to create food. Is that correct?
That is correct. Actually, I think we've done it for 3 or 4 times, but we turned it into annual last year. So yeah.
Tell us about what it's all about for people who aren't familiar on this project and how it comes about.
Of course. It's actually a multidisciplinary project at Houston Community College, an initiative that was from West Houston Institute. It was proposed and created by me with the support of West Houston Institute. What we did is we created a cohort of faculty members with culinary, specifically pastry department. Chef Katie is in charge of that. History, Dr. Kerr Hurley, biology, me. And we're right now looking for chemistry and English department faculty that can join us.
So the event itself, but it's a challenge for these groups. How is it a challenge-based learning model?
Yes. This is actually the first fully supported and integrated West Houston Institute interdisciplinary project. What we did is we tried to design it to enhance their learning activities, to integrate it into their courses without actually overloading their semester with extra supplemental activities. And they use this as a challenge to learn the material that they're studying.
What are the students going to be competing for? Are they creating dishes? Tell us how that works and what were some of the things that were created in the past?
Right. And actually, they create really, really good food. Um, the way it works is the students actually, the culinary and pastry students are in charge of creating the food. It's specifically pastry, not necessarily just sweet. It could also be savory. Um, and they provide the recipe that they're using to the other team members, and they look at it from the other perspectives. The types of food we have had cake, we have had fruit tarts. This year, I believe we're going to try empanadas and jalapeno cheesy bread. So yeah, it's good.
And are you hoping that other professors from other disciplines are going to get on board with this? How does it inspire them?
The way it works is we have the culinary pastry students, as they create the dish, they record themselves. And while they're doing that, the students, each team has students from different departments. And the student, for example, as they're creating the cake, if they, let's say, bring out sugar or flour, the biology student can go, oh yeah, by the way, sugar can cause diabetes, or flour has gluten. People have gluten allergies. So they look at it from perspective of science, or even food safety, in science. And then history student might say something about, well, in France in 1600s, this is what they did. So it's kind of like those food shows that you watch, but they actually use it as a competition, and they get awards and certificates and things like that.
Who are the judges and how do you pick the winners? I mean, what creates a successful dish that would take the winning?
The judges are from our faculty and staff, and we've had Dean of Science, Natural Science as our judge before. We have Jordan Carswell in charge of West Houston Institute as judge before. We are having, this year, we're going to have David White and Daryl Baskin so far. We are looking for more judges, so if you want to taste good food, please let us know.
How was the topic of food chosen for this competition?
Babe, when I tried to create this project, I thought food is a topic that's a focal point of any discussion. Whenever you meet someone, food is the first thing that, you start talking about, especially if they're from a different culture, so if you look at it from different perspectives, different departments, food can be looked at from all sorts of perspectives in a different way. And the students can understand how what they're studying, different departments are actually, they can talk about food in a different way and learn from each other and see that their courses that they take are actually intertwined, and there's no course that is not needed for them to, basically learn as a whole.
I mean, I thought when you were talking about chemistry and food, I'm thinking, oh, wow, sometimes I don't want to know the chemistry of food. But,
Mhm.
if you look at these viral videos that are on
Mhm.
Instagram, Facebook Reels, a lot of time they're food hacks, and it all has to do with the chemistry of the foods. I saw one just yesterday
Mhm.
where this guy, now I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe you can have your students research this. They
Mhm.
took regular sized gummy bears,
Mhm.
mixed them with water and some type of solution, I think baking soda or something along those lines,
Mhm.
let them sit for about 25 hours. And when they pulled them out, the gummy bears were like 3 or 4 times the regular size.
Wow.
Is that one of the ways to inspire the students? I mean, maybe that's they could create reels and get some viral views.
That could be something that we can use in the future. What we were thinking about is the process of fermentation as you put, a pastry in the oven, and the smell that you smell coming from the oven is because of the process of fermentation. Nowadays, there is this new thing called the chemistry of taste. So that's something that one of our chemistry professors is actually working on a project with her students. So there's a lot to look at. And what I want students to know every course that they take, there's a reason for it, and there's no unnecessary courses for the, majors. So everything is intertwined.
Well, we're looking forward to the next competition. Once again, when and where, and is it open to the public?
It's definitely. It's on April 22nd. It's a Tuesday, and it's at Harmon Building in at the HCC Central in, I believe, it's room 100. And it starts at 1 o'clock. It's going to be from 1 to 2:30, and the students will present their videos, and the food will be presented, and the judges will go first, and everybody else can taste a dish.
So you would get a chance to taste it after the judges sample it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Dr. Nazanin Hebel is a biology professor at HCC's Northwest and creator of Back to the Foodture. We'll have all the information once again with dates and all that stuff in our post after the show. Thanks for being here, Dr. Naz. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we are going to take a short commercial break. In 60 seconds, Lana will be back with another guest. Stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
And we're back with Kathleen Crist, Executive Director of the Houston Area Parkinson Society, and our Good Works Wednesday guest. Welcome back to the show, Kathleen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, before we get into the fun event, can you give us a little background on Parkinson's?
Of course. Well, Parkinson's is the world's fastest growing neurological condition. It affects about 7 million people worldwide, and it is probably now the leading cause of disability worldwide as well.
So people think of Parkinson's as affecting movement, but you say there's more to it. Can you explain that?
Sure. It's, originally, so it's classified as a movement disorder. So it's a neurological condition. It gets worse over time. And traditionally, we've thought about it as something that impairs movement or creates extra movement like tremors that people are not comfortable with. But the more we've learned about it, the more we've kind of redefined it to be more inclusive of other things like anxiety and depression, low blood pressure, constipation, things that we don't traditionally think of as being related to movement, but certainly impact quality of life for people. And oftentimes things like depression, anxiety, constipation, loss of sense of smell, things that show up years, sometimes even decades before the physical motor symptoms of Parkinson's emerge.
And statistically, Parkinson's affects more men than women. What is the average age of onset?
It does slightly affect more men than women. The average age of onset is somewhere, the sweet spot seems to be somewhere between the age of 55 to 60, although about 10% of people are diagnosed prior to the age of 40. And so people are diagnosed in their 20s and 30s, more in their 40s, and then more and more in their 50s and 60s.
So is there a cure for Parkinson's?
There's not a cure for Parkinson's. It is a disorder that was first described in 1817. So we know a whole lot about Parkinson's. There's nothing that we know, with the exception of exercise, that perhaps slows the progression of the disorder. Although it's a slow progressing disease. So something that we have to try to, for most people, depending on their age of diagnosis, manage for decades. So this is not something, it's not a disorder that shortens a person's life expectancy, but it is something that, perhaps we're going to be dealing with 10, 20, sometimes even 30 or 40 years for people. We have a lot of treatment options. So there's, in addition to things like exercise and physical therapy and speech therapy, there's also a pretty robust, options to choose from in terms of medication, but also surgical interventions that can help control symptoms. So at this point, the things that we know, with the exception of exercise, the things that we know are really more related to symptom management.
The local organization is HABS, Houston Area Parkinson's Society. What do you offer to the community of folks who need support from y'all?
Well, we are a 51-year-old organization. We are fiercely local and independent, which means that we're not affiliated with any of the national groups. And so that gives us a lot of autonomy to really be able to provide services as needed and necessary and requested by the constituents that we serve. And so we primarily focus on things like we have about 40 exercise classes that we offer every week, virtually and in person. We have professionally led support groups that we offer every month. We also have social services. So we have social workers on staff that sit down with individuals and families and kind of talk through point of diagnosis and beyond. We have respite care with financial assistance and transportation that we're able to offer people. And then we do a lot of education. Sometimes that's specific to programs and needs that are specifically designed for people who are newly diagnosed. Sometimes that is for care partners or caregivers who have more unique needs. And then sometimes it's just general education about things that are specific to folks that are dealing with Parkinson's, maybe things related to sleep or vision. We've got some great lectures coming up on genetics. So really every year our educational content changes a little bit, but we do a lot of education in addition to kind of the day-to-day support, including things that provide people with opportunities to socialize.
So what are some of those specific activities and programs you offer?
Well, so with regard to exercise, we have kind of a variety. We have a wonderful partnership, with the Houston Ballet. So we have a weekly dance class. We do some fun things like ping pong, which is great for balance and coordination of movement. We do Tai Chi and yoga. We have more traditional balance boot camp exercise classes. We do some speech therapy classes that we provide. And so we offer those weekly. Then we also have some fun things like game night. We have a Women in Parkinson's group that kind of gets together and specifically discusses issues related, that maybe more specifically related to women and what their experience with Parkinson's is, which can be different than men. We also have some other fun programs that we do where we partner students at McGovern Medical School along with individuals who have Parkinson's, so that they can kind of get together and have conversations to better understand and learn what Parkinson's looks like outside of a clinic setting. And then I know we were mentioning the Parkinson's Prom at the top of the hour, and so that's another just kind of fun opportunity for people to gather. The best thing about the programs that we offer is that people can use them in whatever way they'd like, and all of our programs are free of charge, so that's never an issue people have to consider when reaching out for support or to participate in any of the programs that we have weekly or monthly.
Well, you just mentioned the prom. Why don't you tell us about the Parkinson's Prom?
Yeah, so this year, April is Parkinson's Awareness Month. I liked the Back to the Foodture bit because that also kind of refers to Michael J. Fox, who everyone knows has Parkinson's, but April's Parkinson's Awareness Month. James Parkinson's, who was the physician that first identified Parkinson's 200 plus years ago, this is his birth month. And on Friday, April 11th, which is World Parkinson's Day, we will be hosting our annual Parkinson's Awareness Month month event. Every year we do something different. Sometimes there's some type of education component, but this year it's really just going to be fun. And which, lots and lots of research is now showing that there's great importance to social connections, to maintaining connections with other people, to getting out, to staying engaged, and doing just, fun activities and making connections with people. And so that's what this event is really about. It's just an opportunity to bring people together. We'll have great fun, great music, great food, which always seems to be, just a meaningful connecting piece to things, and just bringing people out to gather and to help raise awareness and just really, bring people together to talk about and learn about and just connect over a shared Parkinson's diagnosis.
It sounds like fun. I think we all should have adult proms. I think that they'd be very well attended.
I think so. Well, some people miss their proms early in life. The second chance. Some people are just extreme prom goers, and so this gives people just that opportunity to come out and experience it all over again.
Yeah, that sounds
with less
like
pressure.
Fun. Yeah. Well, thank you, Kathleen Crist, Executive Director of the Houston Area Parkinson Society and our Good Works Wednesday guest. And we will have your information in our post after the show. Have fun at your prom.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
And coming up after a quick commercial break, Todd and I will return with some news and announcements.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
We're back live on Up to the Minute. Thanks for being here this morning. We got a few announcements of things happening across the district. One of them, ongoing transfer fairs. Make plans to attend. HCC invites students to learn about pathways available to them at the upcoming HCC transfer fairs this week, today, ongoing right now until 2 p.m. At the Coleman campus. Also Thursday, April the 3rd, tomorrow, the Stafford campus, same time, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Check our post after the show for more information. And we've also got suicide prevention training happening as well, Lana.
Yeah, the signs of crisis are all around us, just like CPR. QPR is an emergency response to someone in crisis and can save lives. QPR stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer, and is the most widely taught gatekeeper training in the world. And the training is 1 to 2 p.m. Thursday, April 3rd. That's tomorrow on WebEx, and we'll have information after our show about it.
Okay, next up, here's the situation. Listen to this plot. Diana, a power-hungry Pilates influencer, learns her social media manager is hooking up with her makeup artist. It sparks bitter jealousy. Even though dating someone with no followers could wreck her image in brand partnerships, Diana says, if she can't have them, no one can. Well, that's the plot of a play that's happening over at HCC Central's drama productions. This play contains language and themes for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. It runs Thursday through Monday, April the 3rd through the 7th at HCC MERS Stage. Reservations are encouraged. It's a free production. You might as well get out there and see that. Check our post after the show for more play times and more information. And we've got a art exhibition ending soon at the Southeast College.
Yeah, where the borders meet, faculty member Jonas Crisco found inspiration on the rural back roads of Texas, where forgotten towns and the faded facades of old buildings represented the natural cycles of growth, decay, and renewal. The exhibit ends this Friday, April 4th. It's at the Wedge Space Arts Gallery, East Side, Felix Morales. And check out our post after the show for more information.
HCC is hosting the 2025 Apprenticeship Day event called Building Tomorrow's Workforce Skills for Life Breakfast. It's a chance to network and watch a panel of industry leaders discussing the future of workforce. It will also invite high school students to learn about our programs and pathways. It's happening 7:30 to 10 a.m. Wednesday, April the 30th. Felix Frogger campus. Check our post after the show for more information. And if you're looking to go to classes this summer, Lana, now's the time to register.
Yeah, summer registration has begun, so make the most of summer by locking in classes to stay on track. HCC classes are still offered in a variety of programs, semester lengths, and a range of modalities, including online, anytime online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, hybrid lab. So to learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
So tomorrow's show will welcome a student who faced a financial hardship after giving birth to her daughter, then swooped to the rescue, jumped in to help her, as did Habitat for Humanity. We'll hear about her story. And for Family Fun Day, the HCCTV host and all-around good guy, Tim Stroud, will be here to talk about his nonprofit. Stay tuned for vets and what he's doing for the Art Car Parade. All that and more tomorrow. Lana, thanks for being here. We'll see you next Wednesday, right?
Always a pleasure. I'll see you next Wednesday.
All right. Thank you for joining us. That wraps up today's show. We'll be back live tomorrow at 10 a.m.